Well, howdy, folks. I'm called Beeman, and today we're going to continue my art venture with, I had an idea. Let's try to do the block letters again, but this time I'm going to try to make them 3D. Okay, first. So, like, here's the idea. I'm going to do basically the way I draw cubes is I just kind of go off the corners. And then just kind of do like this. Right? Yeah, yeah. But now, how do I do the middle? I mean, if I'm looking this way, I'd be able to see this edge, right? But not either of these edges, I guess. Yeah. All right, that doesn't look bad. So now let's try it with a B. Okay. Let's make the B. If I do it this way, now this is going to be confusing. How do I do the curves? At what point? I feel like that's not quite right. That's kind of right. Okay. I feel like this was a little bit off, but let's move on. Too much pressure on my paper here. Gets all wibbly. We'll do this in the same direction. Vertical. And then if I'm looking this way, then I wouldn't be able to see this bit down here, right? But at what point does it? All right, that's not bad. That's not too bad. See, it's like at what point does it kind of converge to where it's obscured? I don't know. That's like a perspective thing I still got to figure out, I guess. But that's kind of what we're doing here. Trying to figure out. So let's do another big curve. Giant capital D. Okay. Let's try to do this the opposite direction. If we're looking at it this way, kind of like that, maybe. So now how about this? Would I see the entire, if I'm looking this way, in that direction, what, I wouldn't be able to see on this side, but I would be able to see most of this side. So kind of like that. All right, that doesn't look bad. This is still a little bit wrong, but you win some, you lose some. Let's do a big E. I feel like the boxy ones are the easiest to make, cubidoos out of. Because it's just like you go off all the corners, right? Like, look at that, bam. I already got it mostly figured out, man. Then these ones, uh, yeah, see? The more sharp edges it's got, the easier it is to figure out. It's the curves that get a little wonkadoo. Why are my letters getting bigger this time? Normally they get smaller. Now it's kind of like the reverse. That's weird. But it's okay. We'll continue on. Okay. Well, now this one's smaller. I don't know. I guess I just suck at consistent. Let's see. Sizing. Whoop. Okay. See, that looks pretty nice. That's easy. The it's easy when it's got sharp corners. But now we're rolling up to another. I'm still a little. You kind of tell it's a G. Now, which way do we want to be looking at it? This way or this way? Yeah, let's do this way, from this direction. Because that's kind of like, that seems to be my default for most of these. So why not roll with it? Once again, we got to figure out where on this curve we can see and where on this curve we could see. So if we're looking at, depending on how far over we are, that would really change it, wouldn't it? So let's try to do it just a little bit, and then it kind of vanishes right there. And for this one, I feel like this probably could have vanished a little bit sooner, maybe. I don't know. We're figuring it out. That's what we're getting there. We're getting there. So let's see what we got here. H should be another easy one. Oof. It's like each different line is a different height. That's funny. But that's okay. We're learning. We're learning. Nobody starts out a professional. Let's see. An I is basically an H, but sideways and a bit wider. Boy, I'm not super great at doing straight lines, eh? That's okay. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Kinda. Or as best I can, anyways. There we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. All right. Okay, that got a little wibbly there. Let's do a J. Let's do this from the opposite direction. Have I done any from this way yet? No, so this will be the first. All right. So let's do it. So I would be able to see a good bit of this, I think. And then pretty much most of this kind of I feel like I messed that up as well. Oh, but that's okay. That's okay. We're getting it. We're getting it. Oh boy. Letter K. I feel like this is the bane of my existence with the block letters. Still not super great. But you know what? You can at least kind of tell it's a K. And that's what counts. As long as it's somewhat identifiable. That's the important bit. Let's see. Okay. Up there. There we go. Or wait. This one probably isn't supposed to be visible. That's okay. Whatever, whatever. We're getting it, we're getting it. L. It's going to be super easy. Oof. Chonky boy L. We'll do this one again from the top. Because I kind of like mixing it up a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. M is another one that's a little bit awkward. Let's go from let's see. Let's go from this side. I feel like something should be visible here, but I don't know. Moving on. And there's another one that I feel it's a little wibbly wobbly. Like I could use some practice drawing the ends. That's all right. Again, I feel like part of this should be visible. I don't know. Maybe that's just my brain being wrong. I don't know. Let's do an O. Oh boy. So let's go, if I'm looking at it from this way. Whoop, 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 whoop. Well, I guess it doesn't matter what direction we're looking at. I just got to get the... Alright, I feel like that went around too far, but that's okay. I got the inside pretty good, though. It's just the outside is a bit weird. I'm going to run out of page space. How the heck do I draw a Q? That's kind of got this bit sticking out here, right? And then the inside's got to also have that. That's kind of right. Okay. Let's say we're looking at the Q from this angle. And would we also be able to see some of this? And we'd be able to see part of this down here. Okay, I think the Q is way not quite right. That's okay. Moving on. R is another one that looks kind of wibbly wobbly. Oh, but that's okay. It's okay to not be perfect. People forget that these days. So I would be able to see up here. And it come down a little bit. Moving on though. My S looks kind of, I don't know, serpentine. Almost looks upside down, actually. It's kind of funny. Let's see. That doesn't look too bad. Continuing on. This should be another easy one to make it look 3D. Let's squeeze in a U here. Which way do we want to look at the U? Let's say it's from this way. That's not too bad. I get these ones pretty okay. The O is a little off. All right. Let's try to squeeze in a couple more letters here. Way at the bottom. V. We'll do the V from this direction. because I'm kind of limited on space here. Kind of. That's not too bad. W is basically like the M, so it's going to be a little awkward. Maybe I make it wider, make it easier. I don't know. And let's do this from the top. Actually, what if we're looking straight down from it? All these lines would go pretty much straight up, right? How would that look? Oh yeah, it turned out okay. I like that. I should have did that for the M rather than try to do this like MTV thing. Actually, that doesn't look that bad looking at it now. I think my brain just got a little confused with these lines here. I think I still like this more. Anyways, let's try to do an X, which I haven't the faintest idea how to do this. Oh boy. Oof. Well, since I got these little lines sticking out this way, let's say I'm looking at it from this way. This means this goes down. All right, it's a little craptangular, but you can it does look 3D. That's the important bit. Why? I'd be asking myself, why am I so bad at this? But you know what? I'm a beginner. It's okay to be a beginner. Whoop. There we go. So this, I feel like I'm getting a little bit worse here. But I think that's partly because I'm on limited space. Because I don't know how to draw consistent sized shapes and junk. Let's see. Let's go from down a little bit on this one. Even though I'm really cutting it close to the edge here. There we go. That don't look bad. Yeah, I'm kind of pleased with how that turned out. I mean, there's a couple of spots that are a little like, oof, oof, inconsistency, but that's something you get better with over time. Like, look how long these are and how short these are. That's silly. And how wibbly my lines are. But that's okay. That's because I'm new. I'm a beginner. I haven't been drawing and doodling for 30 years like a lot of YouTube artists. I've only been doing this for about, I don't know, about a week. How many videos I got out now? So yeah, I'm still new. I'm still learning, and that's okay. The important thing is that I'm trying, I guess. And it goes for anybody else who wants to try doing this crap. Just practice. Eventually you get better, but for a great while you're gonna suck, kind of like I suck, and that's okay. It's okay to not be super great. It's okay to not be perfect. So just get out there and pursue your interests, man. Uh, anyways, until next time, see ya.